All right, we just wrapped up the Sunday night game for week 3 of the NFL season, and what a weird Sunday it was. Just when we thought we knew who was good, who was bad. Not really, man. Nobody wants to separate themselves from the top, except maybe one or two teams. But teams we thought were dreadful, not going to win a game, showed out today, showed up, played hard. It is a league of professionals. These are grown-ass men out there. But I'm going to go through, break down everything I saw from Sunday, take my quick takeaways. Let's hop into it. Okay, Giants take down the Browns 21-15, and this was kind of an ugly game to watch. Nothing really crazy out there. Daniel Jones looking not incompetent the last 2 weeks. Maybe the Vikings defense really is that good. Had a pair of touchdowns. Big man, Malik Neighbors. He's a dog. 8 catches, 78 yards, 2 tutties, and one of them was just, nasty. The big story here is Cleveland's offense. They're awful. Deshaun Watson throwing the ball 37 times is not ideal for anybody. Cleveland ran 18 times for only 69 yards. Giants' run defense isn't very good. The fact that they're struggling to run the ball with this new offense for Deshaun Watson because he's got a 3-year-old quarterback understanding going on back there. This is like the worst trade in NFL history. The Bryce Young trade's up there. This is bad, man. I mean, Deshaun Watson looks just incompetent half the time. Now, he did have 2 touchdowns, both to Amari Cooper. That was nice to see. Amari Cooper, I was wondering where the hell he was. But the fact that they changed this awesome ground and pound offense because Deshaun Watson can't run play action and Deshaun Watson's not doing anything in this offense throwing the ball is a major concern. That's the big takeaway from this. Giants, they're not completely awful. Cleveland, Jesus. Okay, Packers beat up on the Titans 30-14. It goes to show what good coaching can do. Like Malik Willis gets kicked out of Tennessee. He looks abysmal. 2-0 as a starter for Green Bay. Now, he hasn't done anything crazy. 200 yards, though, today. Had a touchdown. Ran all over. Another 37 carries for the Packers. When are these teams going to learn? Like, talk about a fortuitous break for the Packers. You lose your starting quarterback in Jordan Love. Malik Willis, a guy who can't throw a pass, at least to everybody's understanding, comes in. And you get 2 of the most pathetic AFC South teams in the Colts and the Titans. So, good break for them. Will Levis is easily the worst starting quarterback still in the NFL. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. DeAndre Hopkins back on it. What the hell, Tennessee? 11 carries, 11 rushes in this game for 33 yards. Green Bay's defense ain't that good. I mean, Philly moved the ball up and down on this defense. I don't know. Good coaching job by Matt LaFleur the last 2 weeks. We'll see how Green Bay looks if Jordan Love's coming back next week for the Vikings. Speaking of terrible AFC South teams, the Indianapolis Colts take down the Chicago Bears 21-16. Caleb Williams threw for 363 yards, 52 pass attempts. And they ran the ball 28 times, but for 63 yards. This Colts defense couldn't stop a nosebleed last week against the Packers on the ground, and they couldn't do anything. This Bears offense was really bad for the entire first half. They picked it up in that fourth quarter. Another 2 picks for Caleb Williams. It's just, there's not a lot of help. He got sacked again like a million times. How many sacks did he take? 4 sacks for 30. That's so much. It's just so bad on offense. Bears defense is kind of how they're going to have to win these games. And it wasn't enough today. Anthony Richardson, I'm hopping off of that roller coaster, man. 10-20. He can't complete the ball. He can't throw passes. He's so inaccurate. This was a problem we talked about coming in. I didn't buy the hype going into this year as much as everybody else did. 2 picks. Jonathan Taylor, though, that's how you got to win games. 33 carries for the team, 23, 110, 2 touchdowns. Colts defense did a good job today. Like I said, the 2 picks for Caleb Williams, they were solid. I mean, I don't think either of these teams are any good at all. 1 and 2, both teams. These teams both suck. All right, Eagles-Saints 15-12, exactly like we all predicted. I mean, where was the offense in this game? Now, I've been very down on the Saints. I did not buy the Saints offense after the first 2 weeks, and it paid dividends. Only 12 points today against an atrocious Philly secondary, which has been killed each of the first 2 weeks. But a gritty win for them. Hurts was solid, 318 yards. Saquon carrying them, $147, 2 tuds. Dallas Goedert with a $170. Awesome day for him. Devonta Smith was balling out. Terrible cheap shot by the Saints. And then a dumb, dirtbag spits on him while he's out, gets his head taken out. He's got a concussion, so no A.J. Brown for them. Eagles defense bucked up, shut down this Saints offense. They couldn't get anything going. Derek Carr was the Derek Carr we know and love. 142, a touchdown and an INT. Very nice touchdown catch by Chris Olave. 86 yards for him. That's good because he's been missing from the offense. Alvin Kamara, 26 carries, only 87 yards. Hard to run against the Eagles when the Eagles run defense is playing like they played today. This is just like, okay, do we really buy the Saints offensively? I knew the Saints defense was good. They did a good job. Nick Sirianni is an atrocious head coach. Just going for it unnecessarily all the time. Kicked the field goals, and then he finally kicks a long field goal. They miss it. But nice win for the Eagles to grind that out, because the Saints took the lead with like 2 minutes left. They went down, won this game again. So nice win for the Eagles. Saints fans, you're going to have question marks on offense again. All right, time to talk about my boys, the Vikings, destroying the Houston Texans 34-7. And this thing was over from the jump, it felt like. Stroud with an early interception, has 2 on the day. Stroud never turns the ball over. Davis Mills comes in. Sam Darnold, the resurgence of Sam Darnold. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Aaron Jones with 100 yards on the ground. Justin Jefferson hurt himself, didn't catch the ball. 81 yards and a touchdown in the first half. But yeah, this game was kind of about Minnesota's defense. They couldn't get anything going on offense for Houston. Couldn't run the ball, 14 carries for 38 yards. Stroud couldn't get in a rhythm. Had a couple big plays, a ton of procedural penalties from the Texans. I think this was just kind of a game about the Vikings defense and their offensive efficiency. Very efficient, punching the ball into the end zone. Houston got overwhelmed. Remember, C.J. Stroud's only a second-year quarterback. I think good defensive coaches are going to be able to throw some looks at him that are going to confuse him and make him look like the young quarterback he is. But, maybe the Texans just have a bad break. They are 0-6 now all-time against the Vikings. Vikings are for real, man. I didn't want to buy it. They are a for real team. This defense is championship caliber. And Sam Darnold in the offense, man, they just move the ball and are efficient. I think this is a really, really good team so far to start the season. All right, 2-2-0 surprises maybe coming into the season. And the Pittsburgh Steelers now 3-0. This was a really prototypical Steelers-Chargers kind of game with these two teams now. Physical, grindy. It was 10-10 going into the fourth quarter. Just total grinded out game. Justin Herbert gets hurt. He has to leave the game, which is unfortunate. And that's when Pittsburgh kind of ran away with this. Taylor Heinicke couldn't get anything going on offense. They couldn't run the ball, the Chargers. They had 4 guys drop out to injuries. Their tackles, they lose Joey Bosa. It was just a tough day for the Chargers. This Pittsburgh defense is no freaking joke, man. I said they had the potential of being the best defense in the league, and they are playing up to that. Justin Fields looked a lot better today. 245, touchdown, did have a pick. They can still run the ball, though. Najee Harris, 18 for 70. It's not great. Cordell Patterson spicing it up again. But all in all, I think this is just like Pittsburgh's defense. Offense is starting to get a little bit better. Look at this spray chart. Calvin Austin III, get him on your waiver wires. He's really getting integrated in the offense. Pat Freiermuth, we know Justin Fields likes throwing to tight ends. This is just a complimentary football team. 3-0. They haven't played the toughest of schedules yet, but you know what? 3-0 is 3-0. They don't take wins off the scoreboard. Okay, maybe the biggest surprise today, Denver goes into Tampa and just bitch slaps the Buccaneers 26-7. Game never really felt close. Denver just from the get-go jumped out on them. Bo Nix still threw the ball 36 times, but was better. 216, didn't turn the ball over, had a nice couple of runs, ran in for a touchdown. I like this. Sean Payton changed it up. They got a little read option college offense going. Nobody else can run the football on this team. We got Tyler Batty leading the way, but this was all about like Denver's offense isn't incompetent, and then Tampa played from behind. And the defense really, really stepped up. They couldn't run the ball at all. 16 carries for 91 yards. Rachaad White was awful rushing the football. Baker could never get comfortable, had a turnover. Just didn't look right. Chris Godwin had another touchdown. He's having a great year. No Mike Evans. This was kind of a bad game for Tampa Bay. They played bad, but that's my rule. If Baker believes, Baker's bad. You don't believe in Baker, Baker good. We believed in Baker a little too much, so the Broncos get a really nice first win of the season. All right, in comes the red rifle, Andy Dalton, and maybe Bryce Young was the problem. Dalton, 319 yards, 3 tutties, and the Carolina Panthers, who look dead, they look buried, no hope whatsoever, get a nice 36-22 win. That's what I'm talking about, Carolina. This is an embarrassing loss for the Vegas Raiders. I mean, they were getting killed in this game. They do put up 15 in the second half. Aiden O'Connell comes in. He throws a touchdown. Gardner Minshew, touchdown and a pick. Zamir White, I mean, burn this Raiders rushing attack. If you can't run against this Panthers defense, because it's still bad. They gave up 22 points. You can't run the football, and that's a real problem. The Raiders cannot physically run the football. I mean, awful. Devontae Adams didn't do much. Brock Bowers still okay. Trey Tucker's doing stuff. This was a lot of garbage movement. But here's what I'm talking about. Deontay Johnson, they brought him in to be a number 1 wide receiver. 122 yards, and a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard has 55 on the ground. He also had 55 in the air. He had 114 on the ground. That's what we wanted. We believed in Chuba Hubbard. We believed in Deontay Johnson. Adam Thielen got into the end zone. This is what we thought Dave Canales and the Panthers offense would look like. Bryce Young just has lost all his confidence. He doesn't know what he's doing, I guess. I'm a big, the Panthers are no pushover. If you didn't get to play the Panthers already and you got to play them, watch out because the Panthers can score points, it looks like. Now, are they going to be a good team? No. Is it a massive upgrade to what we had them as? Yes. Okay, Seattle destroys the Dolphins. They're only 3 points coming from when Geno turned the ball over at the 5-yard line. 2 picks for Geno and a touchdown. DK Metcalf with a nice day, 104 and a TD, had a 71-yarder, had another long one. Noah Fant getting involved, everybody getting involved for them. Charbonnet, 18, 91, 2 tutties on the day with no Kenneth Walker again. Seattle's defense is really good. This Dolphins offense is awful without Tua. Skylar Thompson is trash. He's had 3 years. Mike McDaniels learned, like I said, good coaches can make quarterbacks better. He's had Skylar Thompson for 3 years, not better. I think this Mike McDaniels system has gotten figured out. Everybody knows it. It's not very good. Once you can throw this offense off, he doesn't know. There's a lot of punches and counter punches in the NFL. He ain't got no counter punch, it looks like. The team's going to quit on them. They couldn't get anything going on the ground. A-Chain, 11 carries for 30 yards, 18 for 65 for the team. Tyreek, 3 catches, 40 yards. I mean, this is just bad. This is bad. Waddle, 4 for 26. This could get really ugly, and the defense is abysmal. I mean, there were problems before Tua went out. It's just so much worse. I don't know how you don't try and bring in a new quarterback. You got to try something. Mike White, anything. The team's going to quit on you, and the cocaine dealer himself could be on the hot seat already. Okay, this was a peak Dak Prescott Dallas Cowboys game. Ravens jump out to a 28-6 lead in the second half. Cowboys come storming back in the fourth quarter, 19 points, but they can't get the stop to get the ball back. Ravens run out the clock on them. The big story here is the Ravens finally getting a win. Asserting themselves on the ground. 45 carries for 274. The Zimmer defense was getting gashed. Derrick Henry, 151, 2 touchdowns. They didn't throw the ball at all. Lamar, 12 of 15. Very efficient. Had a touchdown to Rashad Bateman. This was just a smothering performance for 3.5 quarters by the Ravens. And when they let off the gas, here comes Dallas pouring it on. 51 pass attempts for Dak. They can't sustain this. 18 carries for 51 yards for the running backs. You're not winning football games playing like this. Defense isn't as good as they thought it was going to be. It could take a few weeks for them to adjust, but they can't stop the run. They're not getting to the quarterback. They're already infighting. There's a lot going on. Cowboys are 1-2. They've lost 3 straight home games going back to last postseason. It just looks bad. Jake Ferguson back from injury. Nice day. CeeDee Lamb's going to do good stuff. No touchdowns for them, though. Yeah, this was not as close as the score indicated. I have major concerns if I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm feeling pretty good if I'm the Ravens. They avoided a disaster, at least. Okay, a game that looked like it was over. San Francisco throws away a victory against the Rams. I mean, this felt like it was over. I think it was 24-14 at a point. Like, they were hanging around. 13 points in the fourth quarter. Niners have the ball in a tie game. Give it back to the Rams and let the Rams go down and kick another game-winning field goal. Sean McVay, man, he is a hell of a football coach. He's got no wide receivers. He's got no offensive linemen. Figured out a way. Stafford, 221 and a touchdown. Kyron Williams, 24 carries, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's what we want to see. I'd like to see the other running backs get involved. And Brock Purdy had a good day, man. 22 of 30, 292, 3 touchdowns. Jawan Jennings had 175 and 3 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk nowhere to be found. They ran the ball okay. 34 carries for $137 if you count Purdy, 10 for 41. This is not on Purdy, man. The defense is bad and banged up. They just let them hang around. The offense did okay. They just didn't score late. I don't know, man. This was a very uncharacteristic loss for the 49ers. A season saver for the Rams. Both teams now 1-2. But both are 2 games back in the division of the powerhouse Seahawks. I have a lot of concerns about San Francisco. I think LA is just so beat up. I don't know. I think they're outmanned most weeks. But maybe Sean McVay could actually be, that dude this year. And this team can find ways to win games. But yeah, I'm concerned if I am a fan of the 49ers. All right, another defensive struggle like we all assumed in the desert. Lions walk away with a 20-13 win over the Cardinals. Almost let this one get away. Another weird game for the Lions. Like they have yet to score over 20 points in regulation in all 3 games this year. This was supposed to be an elite offense that could put up points. Goff threw a pick, but 199, 2 touchdowns. Took a couple sacks. Montgomery, 100 yards, a touchdown. Gibbs, 83 too. Like they had some really good days on the ground. 43 carries, 187 yards. Amon-Ra, 75 yards and a touchdown. Laporta, we got to do a little bit more passing, but they passed a lot last week. Cardinals couldn't get anything going on offense. I think the Lions defense is a lot better than people thought it was going to be this year. But yeah, it's crazy. Cardinals couldn't do anything, it felt like, for most of this game. Nothing on the ground. James Conner, 9 carries for 17 yards. That's crazy. Marvin Harrison Jr. with another touchdown. He's a dog. But yeah, Cardinals defense, though, is bad, and the Lions can't score points against bad defenses. That's concerning. The positive thing is the Lions defense is shutting down every good offense it's facing. So I don't know how to feel if I'm a Detroit fan. You're happy you're 2-1, but there's like so many. It's so opposite to what you thought it was going to be. Cardinals, the offense needs to be better. That's the best part of this team. The defense is the defense. We don't expect it to be great. 20 points is good enough to get the win. If you told a Cardinals fan you only gave up 20 points to the Lions, they would have said they won this game. They did not. They got to get some things figured out, but, the Cardinals, I think, are a little bit better than everyone thought they were going to be. I've been high on the Cardinals, man. But yeah, this is just, the Lions are a very good team. And finally, the Chiefs take down the Falcons in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins going to Kirk Cousins it up. Doesn't do anything. Gets stopped in the goal line twice. 4th downs. Run the ball. Yeah, man, not a great game all around from anybody. Patrick Mahomes threw a bad pick in the end zone. He had to throw the ball 39 times. They couldn't get anything going on the ground. Carson Steele, Yeoman, 17 for 72. Samaje Perine got a couple of carries in there. They did run for 128 yards. The Falcons' play calling and decision-making just cost them this game. I don't know what they were doing. They're taking Bijan out in short yardage situations. They're trying to get too cute, running outside stuffs. Guys are missing blocks. Cousins was fine. Had a touchdown, had a pick. Drake London had a good day. He was left uncovered on a touchdown, though. He likes throwing to Darnell Mooney. I'll tell you what, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts had a really nice big one, too. He got tackled at the 1 to help out the Bijan Robinson fantasy owners there. But yeah, this is just on the Falcons, man. I don't like their decision-making. I thought Raheem Morris was going to have a really well-coached team, and it just doesn't feel like that through the first 3 weeks with the Falcons. Now, they had a gauntlet of a schedule. They get 1 win out of their first 3. I think everyone was maybe expecting an 0-3 with that schedule. So there's some positive there. Chiefs 3-0. It's going to struggle. They're going to struggle on offense. It's going to be a slog without consistent running from Isaiah Pacheco. Xavier Worthy's got to get his shit together. He can't run a route. He's just fast. Run a route, son. You could have ended that game and you just stopped. Rashee Rice is awesome. Travis Kelce is fat. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's hanging out with his girlfriend. He's got, I don't know, washed. Juju Smith-Schuster had a touchdown. You love to see it. Chiefs win, but that's going to do it for us today. Let me know what you guys think from the weekend. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you guys thought from what you saw. Who are you high on? Who are you low on? If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. Really helps me out. Gives you all sorts of cool access to exclusive stuff. It allows me to keep doing this stuff for you guys. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.